Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm just going to give Edward a little area back there so we can put your first card into place because I like to have 3 cards. 3 is kind of a special number. And I was just inspired while I was driving home across town where the sun was coming up to do a secondary read for y'all today because I was listening to Nicholas Asba and some other readers I really respect, and he just had this lovely enlightened idea about, how I loved this so much, how time is a commodity, money is a commodity, and it's all an exchange. And I just loved how he was saying, it's money can be an expression. You can use it traveling if you're willing to dedicate 40 hours a week for paid services. That's, all in exchange. And it doesn't matter amounts. It doesn't make you a better person or less than anybody because an exchange of goods and services for a monetary amount, you receive less or more in whatever you're doing. That it doesn't really matter. If you're happy and you love what you're doing, numbers don't matter at this point. I mean, when you ask yourself, time well spent, are you happy when you're with friends? Are you contributing in a good way? Are they making you feel good? Are you making them happy? That is an exchange that's important. Money and dollars and all of that should be at the bottom of the list because it's something we don't take it with us. It should never define us. It never makes us less or more than anybody else. It's just an exchange. Believe you me, I've known very, very wealthy people and people that had absolutely nothing, and it made no difference because it was who the person was, what they were made of, and what they defined as happiness. And oftentimes I found the people that were more concerned with accumulating money had less time to spend on hobbies or with their family, and then they also feared losing what they'd acquired in terms of sports cars, homes, and all of that. So, it's an exchange. And some people, they're willing to sell their soul in order to garner all these materialistic things, but in the end, it should be the last thing on our mind. And I love this thing that he said with, success and failure are absolutely self-defined, right? For somebody running a 12-minute mile is a huge success. For some people, it has to be 10 and below. It's all a huge fluctuating scale. Like, are we going to give ourselves a constant 3 of Swords moment and live in the past of heartache? Because what we have in our thoughts continually affects our mood, affects who we are and what we do. So how about we reach for that 10 of Cups moment where we're like, man, my life is great. I woke up this morning. I could breathe. I had a roof over my head. I had crazy animals running around. Life is good. I have an automobile or a bus to get to where I need to go. It's about being enthusiastic and having some joie de vivre and having some, things to look forward to. And I just love that so much that we can have this aspect of our reality where it's like, if I'm happy and I have people that love and support me and I love and support them and I have things to look forward to and I have a creative endeavor, life is simple and life is good. You're not having this massive expenditure of time to just try to accumulate money for things you may not even know what you want to exchange for it, right? So this is all about throttling back and really making choices on what's important to us. And again, success and failure are absolutely self-defined. So if we're doing something and it's engaging and we love it, that right away is a success. I don't care if it pays dividends. If you love it and you're painting and you feel good and relaxed, that's a success, right? You could work 60 hours a week and make $100,000, but you could be stomping on people's heads and futures and being miserable and all of that. That's a failure. I don't care how much you have in your bank account. And I love this kind of message that he was conveying, and it really struck home with me because so many of us just devote ourselves daily to trying to get dollars to buy things we don't really need and spend time with people we don't really enjoy, all to further that. So this is really about leveling up and what really we do define as success these days, because it should be that we're giving, loving, we're happy, and we're fulfilling our dreams in the way we want. And I really love that. So this is going to be about how you're moving in that direction and how Spirit's going to help you. So we have 3 choices. We have the Sun card, we have the Eagle, and we have the Heart of Sky. Okay, I'm wearing my special agate bracelet. I love this so much. I got these big, beautiful like barrels, and they're all different colors, and then a really rich just crystal quartz in the middle. I was like, oh, I love this so much. So take a deep breath, get a coffee, relax, and really focus in and see what card you like. Again, Sun is also number 53, Eagle is 16, and Heart of Sky is 24. And I'm going to be using, funnily enough, the Joie de Vivre cards. I went through my box and I was like, I haven't used these in a while. But I'm going to use an interesting deck, which I really like, by Colette Baron Reed. And I see a few people use these, and I really, really like them. We're going to begin with one. You guys will probably recognize these, and I really, really like these cards and their messages. So I'm just going to keep it simple with one oracle and one tarot. So we have intention. Again, intention is everything. When we set out to accomplish something, whatever it's going to be, a friendship, a steady relationship with trust and love, really putting our focus and best foot forward in our vocation, our life path, purpose. Once we set that intention and we make it a good one, right? We have no negativity attached to it whatsoever, and not a bunch of conditions or criticality. Whatever that word is. Let's just put too much critiquing, too much critical energy, because then it has too many has to be's, right? So when we set the intention, hey, this day is going to be great. I'm going to go out, I'm going to have a fantastic breakfast. I'm going to experience new people, places, and things. I'm going to look forward to the evening of rest, a nice cup of coffee, a great show. Really pull in things that make you feel relaxed and good. Set the intention to have a restful, relaxed, accomplished day. Again, success and failure is self-defined. What would you define as a successful day? Keeping your wits about you, right? Staying calm, feeling good, not being stressed out, looking for beauty and purpose and love in things, right? The magic stream. I love this. This is saying that when we look for magic and we look for beauty and we look for synchronicities, we're going to see them. You're tapped into this magic stream today, which is saying you're going to see the magic in the world. You're going to see the love. When we look at the world through loving eyes, through a healthy perspective, that's what we perceive, that's what we see, and that's also what we experience. So you're going to be tapped into this magic stream for the next week or so. I definitely feel this, and you're going to continue. You're going to make it a habit to go, okay, well, if I want to go to the gym, how quickly can you talk yourself out of it? If you think, well, I have to get all my gear, I have to do this and that. What if you had it all just packed and waiting in your car, right? That's the magic stream, being prepared to treat yourself well and to look after yourself. Always have a bottle of water in your car. Always have $10 in your wallet in case you want to go through the drive-thru and get a coffee. Being prepared, and the magic stream is going to help you really quantify what things you should just have at the ready to simplify and help your life, right? So you don't have disappointments later, right? You don't overpromise. The magic stream has you look in that and go, okay, why am I saying yes to this? Is it because something I truly want to do, or am I trying to have people like me? Is this a people-pleasing yes? And if it is, to dismiss that, because people, they're going to like us for who we are, not what we do for them. And if they only like us for what we do for them, that's not a true friend, and we don't need that energy. So you also have movement. You're moving towards goals in a big way, in a huge way. You really have the energy to sustain you on this journey, and you're feeling good. You're feeling propelled in that direction. You know that tiny steps equal to big successes, right? Step after step. What do you want to dedicate yourself to right now? And work towards that. That's important. I feel that, don't discard any of your intuition hits right now. I have a lot of people saying, how do I really know when it's intuition? That's also when it's repetitive and your body feels good and at ease with that choice. And you feel settled and grounded when intuition hits it right on point. And it's also one of those things where you don't have to have critical thinking over and over in your head with that. It just happens. Your heart space, soul space feels good. You're in that phase where you can trust yourself. So I'm really loving that. So we're going to see what is going on in the tarot for you right now too. I'm excited. I love this deck so much. All right, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I was so inspired. I was just driving across town. The sun was coming up, and I was listening to a few of my favorite readers. And Nicholas Asba, if you haven't seen him, and you would love a restful, beautiful voice with somebody who speaks, with great clarity, you can tell. He's almost like a social worker slash, I can't even explain it. He just has heavenly messages, but they're also very therapeutic. It's almost like he would be a great therapy coach, in life coach, to get you in that frame of mind where you know anything's possible, and that everything is, on this plane, it is all perception. It is our life, and we can navigate it anytime we want. We think, at certain points in our life that we're under the control of other people, our bosses or whatever. We never really are when we wake up to the fact that we're the people that say, yes, no, I'll get back to you. We are the ones in charge. So we need to wake up to that concept that nobody can make us do anything. Nobody can make us feel bad about ourselves but ourselves. So get off social media if you're just looking at all these, what do you call them? IG models or whatever. It made me laugh so hard. It was like this guy's like, when you talk to somebody and they go, oh, I'm an Instagram model. And he goes, really? I went to the Museum of Art today. I guess I'm Rembrandt. It was like these funny things because people get inferiority complexes when they see things that are, oh my gosh, look at all these people. Especially it's ridiculous, like when you see all these rappers and stuff, and they always have these huge wads of cash and they're throwing it everywhere, and they're being very demonstrative with it. Other people are like, wow, what, they think it's such an easy lifestyle. But if you watch some of the reality shows that these dramas these people get embroiled in, with any other life occurrence, it's like it doesn't matter the level at whatever income. Again, my success is defined that my family is safe and happy, and that life is simplified, that we get to spend time together. And so many of these people are busy chasing money that their families suffer, and a lot of them have like 5 or 6 kids from 5 or 6 different women, and they're all fighting over money all the time. Who wants that life? Not me. I'd rather have less and have things be simplified, right? So look how beautiful. You have the Fool, you have the 7 of Cups, and you have the 4 of Wands. So your future is looking juicy. You're looking out over it with good optimism, and Spirit's going to help you. Whenever you're having a moment, you're going to remember, okay, what do I define a good day as? What do I define a good moment as? When I have peace, right? When I'm not arguing, when I'm not embroiled in drama, when I am able to create things. Now, the 7 of Cups is also a reminder that don't get overwhelmed by choice. This is what we mean about simplify. Like, again, don't overbook yourself and say yes to too many things, having the fear of missing out. Oh, well, if, Jennifer's going to this club or Maria's going to that museum or whatever, like that fear of missing out. Make a choice. Stick with it, and don't care what anybody else is doing. Stay off social media and stop saying, oh, compare and contrasting. Oh, that probably would have been better. Like if I have a skill set that I'm very excited to have, I can make a quick choice. I stay with it. I'm happy. And I do it very quick. I bought all my cars this way. My first house, all of that. I'm like, I just get a feeling, an intuitive feeling, and I do that. I don't prevaricate. I don't drive myself crazy, because sometimes we don't let ourselves trust our intuition, right? But when we just say, this is for me, let's do this, right? I wonder how many hours, days, weeks, years are wasted with people making decisions, right? Another thing, like whenever I was babysitting, I knew this even when I was young, to not overwhelm somebody with choices. Young kids, and have like 5 cereal boxes. You put 2 there. They know they have a choice. They're happy, but they're not overwhelmed. We sometimes need that in our life, right? To simplify. And the Fool energy, this is beautiful. Light, breezy energy, knowing you can do anything, accomplish anything, or go anywhere whenever you want by just knowing you're divinely protected and guided, and that you don't, it's that beautiful lighthearted energy where I'm just gonna flitter over here and see what's going on. I'm just gonna flitter over there, try that out. You don't have to have everything be a hitching post. It can just be a leaning post, as Colette says. You can just lean there and look around for a while and go, okay. You don't have to dedicate yourself to something for anything more than a moment if you don't want to. That's a Fool's energy. And if you find you love it, you can stick with it. If you find it's heavy or burdensome, you can release it. So I love that energy and message for you, Group 1. Beautiful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Melanie. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you want a private read on anything. Some of my specialties are past life and soulmates and love. I get lots of details on that. I love doing reads like that, especially because it gets very, it fortifies people's synchronicities and what they're looking out for as well. So that's me for Group 1. Now we're on to number 2. So the ego. Let's see what's going on. We're going to pull some Colette cards. I just love these. I find these give me a good sense of direction. I like to open with oracles or sometimes just do full oracle reads because the messages come very clear. And if I usually listen to a very strong reader that has a lot of therapeutic ideas, I start my morning off really well. So, I definitely want to recommend that to you guys. Nicholas Asba, if you want, while you're driving, if you want a calming voice, besides me, of course, that gives you good life advice as well as, we need prescriptive as well as predictive, like Colette Baron Reid always says, because you can tell somebody something that you foresee happening. However, because of cause and effect and because we make so many choices second to second, that can shift. Your reality can shift on anything. All of a sudden, if you're watching that when you're in a high vibration, a predictive read, that's the course you're on. However, if you decide to all of a sudden shift into low vibration, jealousy, anger, whatever, sorry, that whole trajectory is gone now. That's why when some people are like, oh, I had this reader and they predicted I was going to meet my soulmate in 3 months. Guess what? You're not on that same life trajectory. Something happened, or that soulmate where, there was a peak and then all of a sudden somebody's in a valley. Their vibration changed and you're not at a receptive place to have that at the moment, right? So everything does shift. So I love that. Ooh, this just came up for the last group too. This is amazing. Now, group 1, what the magic stream is, you can see clearly now. It's like the dust has settled. You see life as magic. You see it as vibrant. You see it as bringing you the things you need, love, and cherish. This is about simplifying, really being able to notice what's important in you, what gives you a sense of balance and relief. And again, the self-defined success or failure. What do you see as a successful day? And let's navigate in that direction, right? Mine is peace of mind. So I avoid dramatic people. I avoid overloading my work schedule, which I was doing a couple weeks ago. And I love this more than anything. I mean, besides my family, I love reading. I love doing personal reads. I love making jewelry. But when I push from sun up to sundown with that, all of a sudden, it becomes a little laborious, and then I feel like it's a little heavier. So I alleviated that the last few days. I left time for exercise and reading and doing some other things, so I had a better perspective on things. And that's what the magic stream is. What are you doing too much of? What are you doing too little of? What is going to make your flow, your chi flow a little lighter? What's going to give you lovely, lighthearted energy and make you feel good? What's going to lead you towards these love connections? All of that. Again, it's magic time, manifesting and creating your best self. And you're going to be tapped into that for weeks and weeks. You're going to have this flow of abundance, of ideas, of creativity. And part of that is strength. You're realizing nobody else can give this to us but ourselves. When we focus and we set the intention and we start to move in that direction, we get results. And this is part of this. You now have your compass at true north. You're like, you know what? I've been enmeshed in dramas. I've been enmeshed in distractions. I don't need that anymore. I don't care who's cheating on who. I don't care who said something scurvy or whatever. Scurvy. Said something sketchy or scurvy and trying to get me on nervy. You know what I mean? It's so in the big scheme of things. How important is it of some like low vibing person's impression of you or somebody in your sphere? It shouldn't matter. Just let that dissipate so you can have your true north, which is you manifesting your dreams and desires in really beautiful ways and very quickly as well. This 44 in the center, your 4s are going to be your number. They're going to pop up everywhere. 444s, double 4s. I feel like you're really in for a high manifesting time where, you think about it, boom, it shows up. Yeah, 5 of Cups. So we have to be careful of feeling bored for no reason, because you're about to be celebrated in a very big way and be treated like the empress or emperor that you are. So 5 of Cups is just saying, you know what, look what and notice what's around you. Don't look at the flowers that are dying, because look at the flowers that are blooming right behind them. You see how focused they are on what's lost or what has faded away or what they thought was a good thing, when all you have to do is turn around and see the love, the vibrancy, the success right behind you. No focusing. Again, it's like success and failure are self-defined. I love that so much. That seems like a failure, but if you turn around, you're going to see these successes that are right behind you. And again, we do start to create our own reality when we focus on like a Three of Swords moment. If you're always in the past or what's missing or what's haunting you, it's like tug of war with a ghost. You are not going to win. You aren't going to feel better. You're just going to go back and forth. Nobody is going to win in this scenario, and you're going to be at a standstill, and you're going to fall into a depression if you're always thinking about sad things or things that you think you missed out on. How is that conducive to happiness? This is what you have to do. Pivot, move a muscle, change a thought, and then you're going to realize, ta-da, you are celebrated, you are loved, you are about to be vanquished of all negativity and negative ideas, because people are starting to notice you in a very big way. I don't know if it's on social media. I don't know if it's your work, just who you are, but you're going to be celebrated in a very big way. And you're due this celebration because you do work hard. You do make others feel good. I feel like this is for a lot of light workers too, that might not be getting the recognition that you deserve, but now something's happening. So I feel like if you have certain videos, they may go viral. If you're writing something that is going to be picked up as a book or a series or a vlog or something like that, what you have to contribute has high value. This is it getting noticed, you being celebrated, and it going like badonkadonk, just going straight off there, and you reaching Empress level, which is you're feeling good about yourself. Oftentimes success is just allowing ourselves to have success, right? The fear of success can derail people so quickly because all of a sudden they think, well, once I have that, I don't want to lose it. Or once I have that, I'm going to be in the limelight, I have to keep it up, so on and so forth. And a lot of YouTubers have this, if they take off and their videos or whatever are met with success, and then all of a sudden they try certain things and the numbers change a little bit, they get this scarce and lack mentality of, oh my gosh, and we should never do anything for numbers, whether it's money numbers, likes, subscribers, or any of that. And when we follow our true heart's course, that's when we do well. And that's what you're realizing. What you have has high value. And you're starting to recognize that. And you're like, I'm not afraid of succeeding. I'm ready to go. And you are. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, because people have been waiting for you to step into this power. You've always had it. And now you're like, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Let's succeed and let's celebrate. Look at all the people lifting their wands to you. So beautiful energy, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Melanie. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. This artwork is so stunning. Oh, and if you need a private read or anything further, just go to my links down below. Now we're on to number 3, which is the Heart of Sky. I love this so much, that video. I mean, this photograph, because it's so rich and it has so many layers to it. And there's planets and orbits and stars and galaxies in it. I love that. So let's see what's going on in terms of... It's so funny, the magic stream showed up in the first 2 reads, and I love the magic stream because that's all about just being tapped into the beauty and magic of the universe and realizing, we are divinely protected, guided. So deep freeze, something's coming out there. Unexpected visitors and gentle gardener. Beautiful. So like anything, this is like the 4 of Swords card. We need to stop. We need to go into what I call a deep freeze. We need to become less animated, calm down. This is the hermit moment that we need to pause. Something big is about to arrive in your life that's going to be substantial, and it's going to bring you accolades, probably money, perhaps fame, and some other things. You're going to be getting some messages that you're like, it's something that you've cultivated as a gentle gardener. You planted the seeds for this success, and now it's arriving. So you should have a pause for a day or two where you're less social and you can gather your wits. I feel this very strongly, that there is going to be a message, whether it's on the internet, whether it's somebody actually coming to your door, of a success. Look for these unexpected visitors. It is something that you have tilled in your garden, you've looked after with love, and now success is coming because of this and something you've done. And it's funny, if I ever feel the intuitive hint to sleep a little more, to rest, to spend time reading, to meditate, like yesterday was at the nail salon. It was like my nail was every length. They were all like chopped up due to making jewelry. And I can just put my head down in a salon and I can meditate. I'm still awake, but I'm meditating, and there's quiet music and all of that. And it's like, I love the whole Asian encounter, because Asian cultures understand that you're just going inward to be calm. You don't need noise continually. So, and the ladies know, they just move your hands how they have to move your hands, that you're not asleep where it's just one of those things where you have to stop everything for a moment. Because when I walked in there, I was oscillating really high because I had gotten out of the car and the post office, so there was a lot going on. All of a sudden, you become grounded and focused on what you want. So you have the Eight of Swords. You're going to be able to just walk out of whatever. The Seven of Swords and the Lovers. Oh, okay, this is really clear. Okay, so there's something going on. I feel like some of you have just suffered, or you feel like you're suffering heartbreak. Somebody got away with something. They took something from you, whether it was some self-esteem, whether it was time. I feel like a lot of you are like, I can't believe I wasted time on this individual and gave them my heart, attention, or whatever. And you feel a little bound up by that, but you can easily walk right through that. That Eight of Swords is just like, I always feel like it's similar to the Ten of Wands, where you're just carried too much, you did too much. And the thing is, you can get out of that. That is overcritical thinking. It's just overthinking. And when we overthink, all of a sudden negative thoughts can come in, right? So just change your thinking to, this is where I heal. This is where I grow. This is where I let new love come in. This is where I don't define any of this as a failure, but as a learning curve. Because again, every single time, each life that we come into, we level up. It's like a game. We level up and we learn. Sometimes in one lifetime, we do it a lot, and it's usually through heartache and learning what we'll accept in a relationship and what we won't, right? Coming through there. But I feel like somebody in your life has snuck away with something, either some of your ideas, maybe some of your money, some of your time and attention, and they just took off. They took everything they could get and they left. And you feel that, and you're like, oh, how was, you're beating yourself up a little bit, feeling like, oh, how was I not aware of that? When we're trusting and loving, I define that as a success. When we open our hearts, we're not always going to know. Some people are very manipulative, but I feel like somebody did try to pull one over on you. This could be a boss that owes you a raise and is not standing up and helping you. It could be a lot of those things. Now, the Lovers is, I feel like this is on its way to you. You do have a lovely warm presence coming into your life, and they're going to try to woo the living heck out of you. I want to get a little defining, so let's see what's going on with that. So Six of Cups, I feel like it's probably going to be a water sign. They're going to offer you a lot. They're very fair and balanced. They have a lot of give and take, beautiful receptivity, as well as generosity. And, they're just going to take you by surprise and sweep you off your feet. It's one of those things where it's like a whirlwind where they just come in. It's 5-alarm charm. It's, a lot of rich dialogue that makes you, very expansive, and it makes you want to travel and go and express yourself in new ways. A very, textured and layered person that has a big personality, but yet is totally authentic and really means what they say, and what they're offering is genuine. And it really is. It's going to be like a whirlwind. And I see you guys together at Christmas and doing all these wonderful things and experiencing beauty and magic together in a really epic way. So I love that energy for you, Group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. My name is Melanie, and all my links are down below. And this is Edward. Edward's been with me from the beginning. Last Halloween we had him out. I love silver like in this, and I love all the little skulls that are in here. It's such a cool thing. So anyway, you guys, if you need anything, you can come see me on Instagram too, which is Sparkwist11. You can DM me any messages or questions. I really like to connect with you guys on there. It's a fun extended family over there. So love and light. I'm going to go upload.